Good afternoon, my beloved brothers and sisters. This is Melvin, and I trust you being blessed real good. This is the High Holy Day. These are the High Holy Days, and um, we're in the midst of the 10 days of awe, and tomorrow we are be the Day of Atonement and moving on into Tabernacles, Sukkot. But these are days of reflection, they call them the days of awe, days of awe. And I'm in awe. I'm in awe of the goodness of God. I'm in awe of His mercy. I'm in awe of His kindness. And He's just an awesome God. And so I'm not sure, yes, just how you are defining, living, or understanding your days of awe, or what these days might mean to you. They ought to be days of sober reflections, though. A day to be mindful of who we are and whose we are, and to walk in the light as He is in the light, and to just examine ourselves, whether or not we be in the faith. And so, I trust you. You're doing that. What I'd like to do is to share the thinking of a 20-year-old, about 19, 20, I guess, 20-year-old Melvin. In my mind, I'm still that that 20-year-old Melvin when it comes to some things. I see something that needs to be picked up, and it's kind of heavy. The 20-year-old mind said, just go ahead and pick it up and move it. But the 64-year-old back says, don't do that. The 64-year-old knees say, if you do, you're through. So, and I've learned to listen not to the 20-year-old Melvin, but to the 64-year-old knees and back. But this is what I want to share with you. This is a faded paper. I guess it's about, let's see, maybe it would be about 40 years plus old now. I was 20 years when I wrote 20 years, about 1920 when I wrote this. Stationed on the island of Okinawa. And my wife dug it out of some old papers the other day, and she read it, and she enjoyed it her first time looking at it, and I looked at it, and it just took me back to when I wrote it, and I was trying to remember where I was and who I was and what I was doing, what I was thinking, and I wrote this as part of a class, English class, and but it tells me something about where I was, what I was thinking. I'd like to use this to minister to you, and then I'm going to end with reading Isaiah chapter 26, a song of trust in God's protection. I entitled this "The Sun," S-U-N. The sun also sets in the morning. Age is a measurement, an often careless calculation of our distance from the cradle, our nearness to the grave. We crawl forth in the freshness of morning with neither the ability to measure nor the inclination to treasure what life is really all about. But quickly we learn that time is not on our side, and that for many, the sun, S-U-N, also sets in the morning. In the prime of our day, full of the strength and beauty of young titans, we foolishly frolic. And why not? The sun is high, and so are we. The morning is past, and evening is an eternity away. But for many, the sun has set with no warning from an evening shadow. Dust dims our eyes and age runs with us into the night at a pace swifter than the fluttering wings of morning, faster than the heart's beat in our most maddening moments. We fight against this inevitable sleep even more fiercely than the battles waged in our mornings as infants. In our morning as infants, when we fought off sleep. But our day is over. I wait for the morning of unfading freshness. I wait for the sun, S-O-N, to rise. I think maybe I wrote this after receiving the news, the word of a friend who had passed suddenly and unexpectedly. I'm not quite sure. But it is a warning to those who are living carelessly, foolishly. And I hope it's an encouragement for those who have lived life, come to the evening of it, and now you're waiting on the sun, S-O-N, to rise. Weeping may endure for a night, but the psalmist says joy comes in the morning. Isaiah chapter 26, song of trust in God's protection. In that day, this song will be sung in the land of Judah. We have a strong city. He sets up walls and ramparts for security. Open the gates that the righteous nation may enter. The one that remains faithful. The steadfast of mind, thou wilt keep in perfect peace, because he trusts in thee. Trust in the Lord forever, for in God the Lord we have an everlasting rock. For he has brought low those who dwell on high, the unassailable city. He lays it low. He lays it low to the ground. He casts it to the dust. The foot will trample it, the feet of the afflicted, the steps of the helpless. The way of the righteous is smooth. O upright one, O upright one, make the path of the righteous level. Indeed, while following the way of thy judgments, O Lord, we have waited for thee eagerly. Thy name, even thy memory, is the desire of our souls. At night, my soul longs for thee. Indeed, my spirit within me seeks thee diligently. For when the earth experiences thy judgments, the inhabitants of the world learn righteousness. For when the earth experiences thy judgments, the inhabitants of the world learn righteousness. Selah. Through the wicked is shown favor, or though the wicked is shown favor, he does not learn righteousness. He deals unjustly in the land of uprightness and does not perceive the majesty of the Lord. O Lord, thy hand is lifted up, yet they do not see it. They see thy zeal for the people and are put to shame. Indeed, fire will devour thine enemies. Lord, will thou establish peace for us? Since thou hast also performed for us all our works. O Lord our God, other masters beside thee have ruled us. And we sick and tired of being sick and tired. I just added that to the verse. Let me get back to the scriptures now. But through thee alone we confess thy name. The dead will live, the departed spirits will rise, will not rise. Therefore thou hast punished and destroyed them, and thou hast wiped out all remembrance of them. Thou hast increased the nation, O Lord. Thou hast increased the nation. Thou art glorified. Thou hast extended all the borders of the land. Hallelujah. O Lord, they sought thee in distress. They could only whisper a prayer. Thy chastening was upon them. As the pregnant woman approaches the time to give birth, she writhes and cries out in her labor pains. Thus were we before thee, O Lord. Let me just say right here that many of you may be experiencing the labor pains just before we're born out of this world. And you're struggling, crying out in your labor pains. But it's about to be over, beloved. We were pregnant. We writhed in labor. We gave birth, as it were, only to win. We could not accomplish deliverance for the earth, nor were inhabitants of the world born. Wow. Your dead will live. Their corpses will rise. You who lie in the dust of the earth. Uncle Alton, Mama Nancy, said Melanie, Aunt Hester, you who lie in the dust, awake and shout for joy. Niecy, Tracy, those are my sisters that are going on. Awake and shout for joy, for your dew is as the dew of the dawn. And the earth will give birth to the departed spirits. Come, my people, enter into your rooms. and close your doors behind you. Hide for a little while until indignation runs its course. For behold, the Lord is about to come out from his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. And the earth will reveal her bloodshed and will no longer cover her slain. The word of the Lord, beloved. Shana Tova. Be sober, for your adversary the devil goes about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. But he can't devour you if your mind, if your heart is stayed upon him. Here they are in the air, beloved, but soon and very soon